Well, hello and welcome, mentors. We are so glad that you are with us. I am Minister Kippie. We have been afforded this wonderful opportunity to come and speak with you about mentoring. What does that all mean? So we've heard of trainer. We are going to mentor the mentor, and you'll see throughout the course of Spiritual Midwives, you'll be receiving some instructional videos. This is our first one, and we're so excited to bring it to you today. So before we get going, we're just going to kind of give you a brief outline as to what we will be discussing and the topics. We'll have an introduction. We will have our mentor role. What and who is a mentor? We'll have the importance of accountability, spiritual warfare and resilience, leadership, the do's and don'ts of mentoring, commitment, and postpartum care for spiritual midwives. And that's definitely something new that Dr. RHMI wants us to help with so that we can continue on mentoring after the program is over with. So on behalf of Dr. RHMI and Apostle Daniels, we are here to present this information to you. We hope that you gather some good things from it and learn as we learn, because we know that we are all learning together, and we're so grateful for that opportunity. So without further delay, let's talk about why we're here and what we're doing, why we're doing what we're doing. Who are we? We are women of deliverance, spiritual midwives. We've all graduated, we've all had mentors in the past, and now we have been handpicked by Dr. RHMI to mentor the new class of 2023-2024 spiritual midwives. And that is an opportunity in and of itself. So we want to make sure that we are prepared as possible to be able to be that support that our mentees will need, right? We know that the overseer of the mentors is Apostle Daniels. And so what she will be doing is she'll be reaching out to each mentor, giving them their mentee assignments, as well as making sure that you get the valuable information. And she'll give you her contact information as well. And this way, we'll all be well informed and well prepared to do our job. Amen. Our next part are our guidelines, and that's so important. We want to make sure that you know what you're doing and what's required and expected of you. So you'll be receiving the guidelines from Apostle Daniel. She'll make sure that you individually get the guidelines. We'll also be putting those guidelines in our Google Classrooms, and that's where all of these informative videos will be in the Google Classroom. So make sure that you check that Google Classroom daily, if you can, if not, like 3 to 4 times a week, so that you will be updated and well informed as to what's going on with your mentoring. The guidelines for a spiritual midwife are as follows. Mentor tips. We want to make sure that you first meet in the beginning, right? Meet with your mentee. As soon as you get that mentee and the contact information, reach out. Make that contact first thing, introduce yourself, and then you're going to start talking about a plan. When you can meet, set up the time for prayer, set up your check-in times. These things are so important to establish in the beginning. I go by the 5 P's, and that's something that I've been taught as a mentor and as a leader. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Get your plan together in the beginning, and then this way, if there needs to be any adjustments, you can work that out. But set up the time for prayer. Make sure that you are checking in. Set up a time to check in with your mentee, and then if you have to cancel, do your best to reschedule to ensure that there is connection. Right? We don't want to wait. If you are canceling, if your mentee's canceling, make it in your plan to set a date right then and there for the next time that you're going to meet. Don't wait and say, oh, we can do that later. Set that time right there so that you both will know and have something, to look forward to the next time that you meet. Because the enemy, we know his devices are to still kill and destroy, right? He wants to attack that communication, and we're strategic as well, but we are strategic in God's planning, and he knows all things, right? And so we want to make sure that we keep that communication flowing. So first meet in the beginning, set that plan of prayer and check-ins. If you need to cancel, make sure you have the date as to when you're going to postpone that, and communication is key. You're going to hear that throughout all of these, the majority of these informational sessions that we're going to be doing. Stay in communication. That's one of the keys to being a good mentor. So you want to find out some things about your mentee. You want to see what their expectations are, and at the beginning of the class, so you can help. There will be some goal setting and planning and helping your mentee out. So you want to do that as well. You want to see where they fit with the 7 mountains of influence, and you'll get this information and be able to provide it. I know you've already had it because we've gone through the training with Dr. RHMI. We've already become spiritual midwives, so you want to see where they fit on what mountain of influence that they occupy. And of course, as we know, it's probably not going to be one. There'll be a couple, if not several. Weekly. Again, that check-in, and you want to check in to see if they're grasping the information that they're receiving from Dr. RHMI in the course. You want to see is it practical teaching for everyday living, or and have that dialogue and ask them what they are learning or if they have any questions. Some suggestions are to send weekly devotionals, something that's going to uplift and motivate and inspire and get them closer, not only to you, but the main point is really to get them closer and have that connection with God. Ask about what their challenges are. Make sure that you allow your mentee to know that you're there. Leave voice messages, send encouraging texts and prayers. And if you can't do it daily, try to do it weekly. Reach out and make sure that the connection and communication is there. And then, which is so important, please keep your mentees lifted in prayer. Pastor Chi is going to be going into the importance of spiritual warfare later on in some sessions. So just know that prayer is important, and lift your mentee up daily. On a monthly, we should be scheduling that time to pray with our mentees, but also we are going to have some time monthly to come together as mentors, to ask questions, to offer suggestions, and to pray as well. You want to meet with your mentee. Monthly, you want to, as I mentioned, the check-ins. And if you don't see your mentee in class, please find out where they are. So that's a key. If your mentee is required to be in class, the mentor should be required to be in class as well. So please make sure that you're in class on those Tuesdays, once a month, on those Tuesdays for our spiritual midwives class. That also gives you that time to show that your mentee that not only are you there to support that mentee, but you're there to support the Women of the Deliverance spiritual midwives and Dr. RHMI. And then if your mentee misses a spiritual midwife class, make sure that you send them the update, check on them, and make sure that all is well. And so those are all of the guidelines and the checklist for the mentors. Again, you'll be receiving the same guideline via text from Apostle Daniels, and it is also located in the Google Classroom, the Mentor Google Classroom.